Hey, what's poppin'? Always in motion, ever standing, constantly growing, always aim high for the goals to transcend time. In Jesus' name we rise and realize that God is with us to change lives, and many of them. As y'all can see, I am currently in the Whipski. Shout out to Grandma Mobile, getting me from point A to point B. This video, as y'all can see by the title, is something that I think I'm going to start transitioning this channel into a little bit more, and talking about the negative voices, however you want to portray them, anxiety, schizophrenia, all of these other issues that people experience. For the way I'm gonna try to make my point for this video is, firstly by stating that you cannot let those negative voices and those things that come up in your brain from every now and then that kind of hold you back. You can't let those things hold you back from becoming the person who you were meant to be. I was going through TikTok, I was doom scrolling, and then I saw a video, and he was saying that we knew exactly who and what we wanted to be and who we are when we were young, but the adults around us ended up talking us out of and diverting us from who our true calling was and what we were meant to do. And when I was young, when I was in elementary school, high school, mainly elementary school, I was trying to do content. I was trying to make gaming videos. I was trying to become a Minecraft YouTuber. I was always trying to get in front of a camera and make a video or something. But as I grew older, eventually I would, move away from that mindset, and I would do different things. I ended up starting to stream a little bit, and I started making videos again in my senior year of high school and all this other stuff. But I never it's been a while since I really took it serious and really tried to make a YouTube channel for real. And I'm not saying my calling is meant to be a YouTuber. I don't know if that's what I want to be. Honestly, I want to be a rapper or a musician and make music and make and write and create films and theater performances and stuff like that. I think that's really where I want to take it. But in any event, it's just that whole creative field is something that I always pursued as a kid, and as I got older, I wouldn't say specific adults told me not to do this or told me not to do that. That wasn't the case. But life itself, and people who are older than you, they play a role in how you see the world. And I think as you get older, especially if you go through traumatic experiences, you start to hold back a lot of subconscious traumas and issues that you either had to just sweep under the rug because you just have to keep moving on in life. And those things don't leave you for real. Those things, they stay with you, and then they become those negative voices that you hear every now and then. And right now, in this day and age, or in this time, I often go through periods where I feel I don't truly have anybody, and I feel truly alone. And to a certain extent, I am kind of in that circumstance, but I also get into this really, really strange, depressive mode where I really don't believe that people care about me for real, and that I just don't belong on this earth. And I've had suicidal thoughts, but I don't know if I can say that, but I never acted on it and never really tried or considered killing myself. But sometimes I get into that mode where I'm depression just hits, and I start thinking that I don't really belong here. I feel ostracized, all of these other things. And obviously college and going throughout college will give you more experiences, and then based on how you saw the world when you were younger, and based on how you continue to see the world as you got older, it'll make itself known. And it'll be the same way that you view the world and people and your place in the world when you get older. So I say all that to say, when you're younger, you have these subconscious issues and things that you have these issues that pop up. And then as you get older, you have different modes of suppressing those thoughts. But they come up when you're doing things in the world and you're trying to become successful and you're trying to accomplish things in this world. They come up occasionally, and they hold a lot of people back. And I will say that they hold me back a decent amount as well. I think I'm also fortunate and blessed to have the willpower and courage to just keep going and trying despite that. I'm not like the best at all in anything that I do, but you know, the goal is to eventually get to that point. And the more that you fear and the more that you listen to those voices, the harder it becomes to become the person that you were meant to become when you were younger and when you're little, the person that you dreamt of becoming when you were little. And you know, everybody has different views of what that looks like for themselves, but I really believe that everybody has a calling that is deeper than life, and that's deeper than what we consider reality here, and we're meant to do so much more in this world. So I say all that to say, you know, don't let your subconscious anxieties and fears and stresses hold you back from accomplishing your goals. Become friends with your shadow is how I try to explain it now. And like those subconscious issues that you experience, those are your shadow, or parts of your shadow, and your shadow doesn't want you to be happy. Or some people explain it as like your old frequency. Your old frequency doesn't want to be happy. Your old frequency wants to survive, and the only way it's going to survive is if it feeds continuously off of your negative emotions and your negative thoughts. And as you continue to dive into your negative thoughts and emotions, you will continue to do things that'll hold you back from your goals, making you more sad, making you more depressed, making you hate more things, and, you know, giving the old frequency or your shadow more opportunity to feed off of you. So my mindset is like, become friends with that old version of yourself. Become friends with those suppressed traumas and subconscious anxieties that you experience. Become friends with those things. So, you know, as you walk through life, you know, you're not being controlled or attacked by your old frequency and your shadow. You're being, you know, strategic. You're operating in your light, and you're shining your light bright to the world. And then when you go through certain issues and they try to come up, and those thoughts try to come back again, it's easier for you to, you know, observe them and let them pass. I'm not saying that you need to suppress them or reject them, because that's the exact reason why they just come back. You know, you can't just suppress them and hope that they'll stop. You know, they're not going to stop. They're going to continue, especially if you continue to suppress them, because now you're giving energy to them by trying to suppress them. What you need to do is allow them to just pass, experience them, understand that to be an existence or a part of your reality, and then just let it pass. You know, you don't need to fix every single problem, but a lot of it is just becoming an observer of it, and not really caring if it changes right away or not. You know, once you stop being emotionally dependent on trying to change those things, then they'll naturally change into what you want them to be, without you having to do anything. So take with that what you will. I hope this video was helpful for y'all, and, you know, enjoy the rest of y'all's day or night or whatever you're doing. Peace.